Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my new video. My name is AJ. I'm here to talk about this article on the New York Times targeting bloggers and vloggers in China who are defending China, basically. So this article was released on December 13th, and I can tell you who this was targeting. You can see the father and son team here of Barrett. They targeted this guy. I can't remember his name. I definitely know him, Cyrus Jansen. I don't know this guy, but they're obviously targeting him as well. I know this guy. I follow his channel as well. And last but not least, our very own Jing here. It seems like it's not just New York Times and America spreading this story, but all of the Five Eyes are spreading it, and all of the little slave countries are spreading it. The little poodle countries like India are spreading it. As you can see on the BBC, you have this article, The Foreigners in China Disinformation Drive, and that's got exactly the same bloggers, but it's also got Jason here as well. And then you got this paper. This is an Australian paper, so you can see the Foreign Legion of YouTubers defending China. And then you got India here, and this Indian paper is from P India, and it says, from Uyghurs to COVID, how India has roped in vloggers and influencers to spread disinformation and propagate CCP agenda. That's a bloody long title if you ask me. So you see the Indians are in on it as well. And you can see the kind of same vloggers and people they're targeting. So let's look at some of these writers that wrote this article, shall we? And one name stands out, Raymond Zhong. So that sounds like an Asian name or a Chinese name, but when you click on him, it tells you what he is. He's actually a Taiwanese, and you can see Taiwan. So he's obviously going to chat shit about China, isn't he? He's not going to say anything nice about China. Then you got this guy, Paul Mazood. When you look at the bio for this guy, a couple of things stand out. It seems like he's won a Pulitzer Prize. I don't know what the hell the Pulitzer Prize is. Sounds like some sort of Ponzi scheme or Ponzi prize. In 2020, coverage of China's efforts to repress millions of Muslims through camps and surveillance. So you know he's an anti-Chinese guy here. And he's also done a short documentary. It says, Made in China, Exported to the World, the Surveillance State. And that was nominated for an Emmy. So you can see this guy has made a career being anti-Chinese and writing anti-Chinese crap. And he's obviously been winning prizes and all sorts of crappy prizes he's winning, and makes him happy, I guess. But he's winning prizes and they're giving him prizes based on lies. And how can you sleep with yourself when you're spreading false information, you're spreading lies, then getting prizes for it? I mean, this guy's the lowest of the low, seriously. Then you got other people in here as well. I don't know who they are. I tried clicking on their names, but they seem to be nobodies. I think the main two are the ones these two are writing. And then you got this lady who's actually somehow she's in bold, in black bold. So I'm not sure why they put her name like that. They should be putting her name like the rest of them. So when I look at her kind of when I look at her picture, I don't know about you guys, right? If I ever walked into a bar and I met a girl and she smiles at me like that, I would run a mile. I would just drop my drink and just get out of the bar, just run fast as I can. Seriously, that is the worst picture I've ever seen for a reporter. She needs to change it. But you see these reporters, they have a history of being anti-Chinese, and they've got a history of hating China. So obviously they're going to write these ridiculous articles. It seems to me that all of these countries have come together and they're putting some joint statements out to basically counter all of these influencers in Beijing and all of these bloggers and vloggers who actually say good things about China. And all of these countries' press India included as well, the little poodles, basically got together and they decided to attack them. And the reason they're attacking them is because these guys are speaking the truth. And they don't want the real truth to be spread out across the world, because you have three different types of people in this world. You have the idiots who believe anything the media say, anything that the government say, and then you got like people who are sitting on the fence, who actually they see all of these media articles but they're not sure. Then they look at all of these independent channels like YouTube and my channel and all of these independent channels, and they're kind of on the fence and they think, hang on a second, maybe what the government's telling us is not really true, maybe it's all lies. But then you got another set of people who don't believe anything that the press say, don't believe anything that the government say, and people like myself. So you got three different people. So the people that are sitting on the fence, those are the people that we are targeting as YouTubers. And because we're tired of seeing all of these fake stories, fake news everywhere, lies upon lies upon lies. And so all of these bloggers and vloggers who are actually saying nice things about China, who are actually telling it as it is, they're on the ground in China, they're showing the truth about China. These guys are doing a great service for not just for China but for the world as well, because they're spreading the truth and they're debunking all of these lies that's coming out of the media. They're debunking all of these fake news and propaganda coming out of the West. So these guys deserve a medal, they deserve a prize. But what they're getting is basically alienated. They're getting absolutely slaughtered by the Western press, by the Indian press, calling them basically puppets of Beijing. So why are they doing this? They're doing it for three reasons. Number one, they want to discredit these YouTubers, these vloggers and bloggers. They want to discredit them so bad that you don't believe them and you believe the Western press and the Western media instead of all of these independent pro-China channels. And there's not many of them, guys, because I have looked around YouTube. There's maybe under 10 people who actually say anything good about China. But then you got hundreds and thousands of people in channels talking crap about China, spreading lies, spreading fake news. And it sells, and they've got thousands of followers. You know, I've been doing this channel since last March, and up to a point in the beginning my channel was flying in YouTube. I was getting 1,000 subscribers a week and it was flying. Then suddenly I started putting a lot more pro-Chinese channels, and suddenly my subscriber count became like one a week or something, or one a day. And it went down dramatically, and I was thinking, what's going on here? My subscriber count should be actually shooting up instead of down, because you guys, I know you guys watch my videos, you guys comment a lot, I know you guys like it as well, you share it, so I know you guys are doing your bit. So the only problem is YouTube. So YouTube is actually stopping channels like myself from spreading. And the only way my channel is spreading is by word of mouth, and obviously that is not enough. You know, YouTube needs to kind of spread it, but it doesn't spread channels like us. But I've seen a lot of anti-Chinese channels that just joined last month or maybe in 1 month, and they've got more than 10,000 followers in 1 month just because they're talking crap about China. So why do they do this, you might ask? Well, for three reasons. Number one, to discredit these bloggers and vloggers. And you can see from this statement here, this says everything. State-run news outlets and local governments have organized and funded pro-Beijing influencers travel according to government documents, and the creators themselves. They have paid or offered to pay the creators. They have generated lucrative traffic for the influencers by sharing videos with millions of followers on YouTube, Twitter and Facebook. So can you see, they're completely discrediting them. They're telling everyone they are paid by the government or offered money by the government, and basically the government is out there spreading all of these lucrative traffic of influencers and stuff. But that's a lie. You know it's a lie, because every single influencer in YouTube is basically supported by Patreon. You know, I watch a lot of movie channels on YouTube, and if you listen to a lot of guys on YouTube, like people like Nedrotic and loads of other guys, Hills versus the Babyface. But if you go onto their Patreon page, they've got thousands of people. They've got thousands of subscribers in their Patreon, and they're paying them, and they're paying by the public. And if anyone shares their videos, these are public people. Same with pro-China channels. If somebody likes my channel, I'm sure you guys will share it with your friends. And the same with anti-Chinese channels. There's a lot more anti-Chinese people out there. So if there's an anti-Chinese channel or a video, a lot more people will share that anti-Chinese channel all over social media and stuff. But there's not enough people like us. There's not enough. There's under probably 10 pro-Chinese influencers like myself. I don't have many followers, but 10,000 I've got. That's nothing. And then you look at Jason and Barrett and these guys. They don't even have that many followers, to be honest. Not compared to, if you compare it to Serpent ZA and all of these anti-Chinese propaganda people, and that spread lies and they spread hate. Those guys have got million, and it's close to 1 million, and they don't talk about that. But anyone who actually is defending China, they're basically targeting them. So the second reason they're doing this is basically to get these guys to quit. So their faces are printed all over the papers all over the world, and it's like a wanted picture basically. So if Jason was walking around in UK, if he travels to UK at some point, say end of the COVID, he decides to come to UK and travel a bit and see his family or something, he's walking around the high street and somebody recognized him from this BBC article, he would get attacked. He would say, "Oi, traitor!" And literally he would get attacked. He would get beaten up, or even worse. And a lot of people are like that in UK, and it's probably worse in America. He would probably get shot. So it's quite dangerous for them to come to UK, show their face, because if somebody reads these articles, they would be attacked. And it's also embarrassing for his family, because he's probably got mum and dad living in UK, and all his friends are living in UK, and they're probably embarrassed, and they see his face plastered on these papers, and they're probably embarrassed, even you just feel sad for him. And it's one of the main reasons why I don't like showing my face in when I'm doing my channel. It's exactly for this reason. If I start showing my face and my face starts popping up on all of these newspaper articles, New York Times, BBC, my life would be ruined. My family would probably get attacked. I would get attacked. I would probably get kicked out of the country. I would definitely lose my job. So I'm living in UK, so I'm in a lot of danger. I can't show my face around here, because if I start showing my face and I'm living in UK, I'm walking down the street and somebody recognizes me, I'll be beaten up. So that's the second main reason. They're trying to put these guys off, and they're trying to, and the third and last reason is they're trying to stop new influencers from being pro-Chinese. So they're trying to send out a message saying, if you're going to defend China, we're going to put your face in these articles and spread it all over the world. So it's putting off influencers like myself talking about China and talking nice things about China and defending them, because if I'm defending that, they're sending a message to all of these new guys like myself. They're sending a message saying, if you guys do it, your face will be plastered, we'll make your life difficult, you'll be in wanted pictures, watch out. So they're trying to put people off for protecting Beijing or trying to speak the truth. And that's why there's not many influencers out there who actually do speak the truth, or do have the courage to speak out. And like I said, there's not many of us out there. I've counted less than 10. That's why it's very important that you guys support these YouTube channels and these influencers who actually are defending China, because they are losing a lot for doing it. You know, their faces being plastered all over the world, and they're made to look like bad guys. Well, when they actually speaking the truth. I mean, look what happened to Julian Assange. It seems like if you're a coward, you can spread lies and get a promotion, but the real courage is when you speak the truth, and that's real courage. And sometimes we do need a bit of support from you guys, because YouTube doesn't give it to us. I mean, I can tell you for a fact that I make peanuts from YouTube. Even though my channel has got 10,000, YouTube does not spread it around. Most of it gets demonetized, doesn't get spread around to people. And it's also very important to support these YouTubers on Patreon, because whenever these journalists look at these Patreon accounts, they can see how many people are following them. So when they see a YouTube channel or an influencer's got 100 Patreons or 200 Patreons, they actually get scared, because there are genuinely people out there who are supporting these channels, and these are not organizations, these are not the government, these are actually genuine people. It generally scares the life out of them when they see a pro-China channel with hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube and other social media like Twitter, for example. Then they see Patreon as well, and they've got hundreds and even hopefully thousands of people supporting them on Patreon as well, who is independent from YouTube. Actually genuinely scares them. And that's what we want, guys, because I want to be able to support my brothers and sisters who are actually on this page. You see, I feel bad that I'm not on here. I mean, I'm not as brave as these guys. These guys are showing their face, but they're lucky in a way. They're living in China, so they're not in UK or they're not in America, so they can show their face. They can get away with it. So if once COVID is finished, I love to travel to China and meet some of these guys, and maybe then I can start showing my face and doing proper interviews and things like that. But until then, while I'm living in UK, I have to be really, really careful. But I am doing what I can to help these brothers and sisters, you know, and I think there should be a lot more channels like myself out there who are helping them, who want to be there for them, because these guys, you know, they're doing a lot of service for China, and, you know, nobody's forcing me or any of these guys to make this channel. These guys are doing it because they want to spread the truth. They're doing it because, you know, they can see the injustice going on in the world and they want to do their bit. And these are good people who are doing a good service for the world. If you do lies, if you spread lies, you spread propaganda, you spread fake news, you get promoted in the Western press, you get your prizes, you know, you get Emmy awards. You know, that's the kind of world we're living in. You spread lies and, you know, you go with the narrative what the Western governments want to hear, then you get promoted. And that's the society we live in now. So it's very, very rare for actually people out there who are actually genuinely trying to help, and they're genuinely trying to spread the truth. But then you also have supporters like yourself as well. So your support also goes a long way as well. So I think these guys are quite lucky because they've got a lot of subscribers. They've got a lot of support on Patreon. They don't have to work. They can, you know, survive on basically their Patreon money. They can survive on their kind of YouTube money, so they can do full-time blogging. They don't need to work. They can pretty much say whatever they want. They're not being affected. But people like myself, which I'm not a very big blogger at the moment. I've only got 10,000 43 Patreons, so I can't afford to leave my job and do this full time. So that's why I ask a lot of you guys to kind of help support channels like myself to grow. We need a lot more Patreons to help us, and it's the price of a coffee every month, you guys, but it's going for a good cause. So it's going for a good cause because think about it, guys. I mean, channels like myself and all of these guys are spreading the truth. They're spreading a good message about China. So like I said, you have three sorts of people in this world. You have the idiots who just follow wherever the government or the media tells them to. But you got people that are sitting on the fence who are swayed by the truth, who can be swayed either way. Sometimes people sit on the fence and they're swayed by their friends, or they're swayed by the media, they're swayed by the information that's given in front of them. But then you got people like myself, who I was sitting on the fence once. A couple of years ago, I didn't know anything about China until I travelled there. So a couple of years ago, I believed everything that the BBC was saying. I believed all of these media articles that were talking about China in a negative way. I was thinking, bloody hell. But until I travelled there, and until I did my own research, and until I came across all of these independent YouTube channels who actually out there spreading the truth, then that opened my eyes, and I'm realizing, bloody hell, I've been lied to all of these years, and I was basically an idiot for following it. But it's not just me, it's the whole Western population, people living in UK, America, Australia, Canada, and there's a lot of people sitting on the fence, and they're looking for channels like these, channels like mine, who actually can spread the truth and tell them the real news and debunk all of these lies, debunk all of these propaganda. Even if one person looks at my channel, looks at my videos, and he's sitting on the fence, and I completely change his views from having a negative view of China to a positive view of China, even one person, that is still better than nothing. And all of this could avoid incidents such as this. As you know, Chinese people, Asian people in general, are being killed all over the world. And I cried when I read this as well. There's a Chinese toddler got shot, basically. And Chinese people, Asian people in general, not only in USA, but in UK, Australia, Canada, they are the target, because there's so much anti-Chinese hate around out there, so much, and mainly is fed by the media, mainly also fed by anti-Chinese YouTube channels as well, and it's spreading like wildfire. So if we as human beings can actually convert at least one or two people who are sitting on the fence, who have a negative view, into a positive, then that's a good thing, guys. And I'll tell you why it's a good thing, because that person can walk down the street, and if he sees another Chinese or Asian guy getting beaten up by a gang of some sort, if he has a negative view of China or negative view of Asians in general, he would just walk past and do nothing. But if he's got a positive view of China, he would do something. He would either, call the police, or he would jump in and say, "Oi, what are you guys doing? Leave him alone." That one guy could save a life. One guy would convert. You might think, your £5 might not go anywhere, but every little action that you guys do goes a long way. You see, we're all in this together, and you might not think your £5 might not go a long way, but your £5, which price of a coffee per month in Patreon, keeps channels like myself alive. And if channels like myself is alive, then we can spread out to more people. We can spread out our messages to more people the longer we last. And if we can convert one person who has a negative view of China into a positive, that person could be walking down the street and save someone's life. Someone is Chinese who might be getting beaten up, or his friends might be thinking of beating up a Chinese. He might stop them. You never know. Your money could go a long way and save someone's life. So yeah, I can't force you guys to tell you where you should spend your money. Obviously, it's your money. You spend it wherever you want. So I'm not telling you where you should spend your money. But think about it. If you want to give your money to charity, for example, you want to put your money to Afghanistan, and you find a charity, how much of that money do you think actually goes to Afghanistan? It's probably less than 1%. By the time your money pays for the directors, pays for all the admin fees, pays for all the office rent and office equipment, you'll find that only 1% of your money actually goes to Afghanistan. Rest of it basically goes into a black hole. At least with me or other influencers you see on YouTube, whatever you pay for, you get. It keeps channels like myself alive, and you're basically supporting me. I'm not here to bullshit you. You know, basically it just covers my expenses. I mean, what I'm getting in Patreon and YouTube is pretty much peanuts anyway. You know, but you know, every little helps end of the day, and what you guys are doing is supporting me as a person. You're supporting this channel, and you know, and that goes a long way. And I also want to say one thing as well. I want to keep my channel like a bridge between Western and Eastern civilizations, because I want this to be a neutral channel where people who are sitting on the fence will look at my videos, but you'll see a lot of them will actually look at the comment section as well. And most people that read the comment section, you know, that usually converts them from a negative view to a positive view. That's why I'm open to everyone, you know, commenting on my channel, whether it's good or bad. I know you get some trolls who kind of chat a lot of crap, they post a lot of crap, but let them. They look stupid. Because when they talk crap and when they don't make any sense and they're talking lies, they're talking out their bum, they're the ones that look stupid. But this is why I want you guys also to just stay classy. So when you respond to these guys, don't go to their level. Don't start calling them names, you know, or calling them, or start hounding them. Because a lot of people who are sitting on the fence will come to channels such as mine, and they will look at the comments, and if they see, you know, basically Chinese people or Asian people in general acting the same as these Western trolls who are talking a lot of crap, then they're not going to have a good impression of China. So I want you guys to also keep it classy in the comments, you know, basically stick to facts. Because sometimes just throwing facts as a person and speaking the truth actually shuts them up. And a lot of these trolls, they don't have anything to back up their lies or back up their ignorance. And a lot of them just make themselves look stupid. I just look at a lot of the comments and I just laugh. I just leave the comments there. I don't delete them or anything like that. I'll leave it open. That's why I want my channel to be a bridge between the Western world and the Eastern world. And I want people to be open to say whatever they want, and you know, it's basically a free world. This is, you know, we're living in a democracy, and even Chinese people have a democracy. Western people don't even realize that. You know, everyone's free to say whatever they want, but it's up to us to keep it classy. You know, you don't see me, you know, calling people by names or swearing at them. I try and keep it classy, and I get so many emails, I get so many messages talking crap. And you know, if there's idiots or trolls out there and talking stupid, then let them be stupid. If you have to respond, just be classy about it. Just say, look, where's your source? Where did you get this information from? But these are the actual facts. Here's the proof. You know, you basically, and a lot of people will read the comments and think, bloody hell, these Chinese people are very, you know, clued up. They know a lot about the world, and you know, but look at these trolls who are being really rude and really racist or really stupid, you know. So if I was sitting on the fence and I saw the comments, I would, you know, stick by the Chinese people, because they're being really classy about it. They're being very clever with their comments. And that's what we want to show to the Western world, because a lot of channels that are in YouTube, I'm talking about channels such as Different Frames of World and stuff, it does come across like propaganda, guys, because a couple of things. Because first of all, the voice is not a real voice, it's computer generated. And if you look at the comments, it's all one-sided. It's all, you know, supporting China and stuff like that. So it does come across like a propaganda channel. So I want to try and stay away from being a total propaganda channel. You know, obviously my videos are there, but I want to keep I want to try and attract as many Westerners to my channel as possible, and I want them to kind of say whatever they want, and that's it. I want this to be kind of a discussion point where people talk about different views, and we're not trying to convert these idiots out there, but we are trying to convert the people who are sitting on the fence, who are not sure, you know, who are not sure about whether they are being lied to by the government or not. So it's our job to convince them, and that's what we're trying to do, and that's the reason behind why I've opened this channel, just to kind of give people another point of view which is different from the news that you get in mainstream media. So I'm giving people a different outlook, a different opinion, a different point. So that's all I wanted to say, guys. I think I've said everything I wanted to say. As a summary, I have a lot of respect for these influencers, and I know their faces has been plastered all over the internet and all over the Western world, and the fact that they're so brave and they're carrying on doing what they're doing. And I wish one day I have enough subscribers and I have enough people on my Patreon to have myself in there, but obviously without the face. But you know, I really stand by them, and I wish, you know, there's more of us out there to support these guys. So that's all I wanted to say. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and check your comments as well. Make sure YouTube hasn't deleted your comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.